Charlie Kirk's legacy might be under attack, not from outsiders, not from the media, but from the very organization he built. Turning Point USA, the student movement he created, might now be using his own words, his speeches, his interviews, even old clips, to reshape how the world remembers him. And according to Candace Owens, someone inside TPUSA is quietly pulling the strings, deciding which pieces of Charlie's story live on and which vanish. But why now? Why after his death? What could possibly make the people closest to him turn against his own memory? By the end of this, you might never look at TPUSA the same way again. And it all starts with a single old clip of Charlie Kirk talking about Iran. Charlie Kirk didn't just start a student organization, he built a movement. He made Turning Point USA a household name in conservative circles, turning campus debates into viral moments and making himself one of the most recognizable faces in American politics. But even the strongest legacies have cracks. And now, insiders whisper that TPUSA is quietly reshaping the narrative of Charlie's life. Old footage is being resurfaced, selective clips are being amplified, context is being ignored, and the man who once controlled every message, every speech, and every image is no longer here to defend himself. What's happening behind the scenes isn't just a simple misstep. According to Candace Owens, it's a deliberate effort to rewrite history. And the part that makes this so shocking is that it's happening from the inside, by people Charlie trusted the most. The organization he built could be the very force erasing the truth about him. But this is just the first hint. The next revelation will make you question every clip, every tweet, and every statement made in his name. It all started with a tweet. An old clip of Charlie Kirk talking about Iran appeared on TPUSA's feed. In the clip, he said, "If you are serious about protecting human rights, you should want to make Iran Western again." On the surface, it sounded like he was endorsing a hardline position, but timing matters. TPUSA shared it right after Trump's strike on Iran, framing Charlie as a supporter of escalation. Within minutes, viewers began to notice something odd. The clip lacked context. A community note quickly appeared, explaining that this statement predated Charlie's June 2025 position, in which he openly opposed regime change in Iran. He warned that war would be reckless, devastating, and pointless. The contrast was stark. What looked like an endorsement suddenly became evidence of manipulation. Candace Owens saw it immediately. This wasn't a mistake. It was the first signal that someone inside TPUSA was carefully curating what the public would see. And if old clips could be weaponized this way, what else might be hidden? What other parts of Charlie's legacy could be quietly rewritten without the world knowing? Charlie Kirk died unexpectedly, leaving TPUSA without its founder. On paper, the solution was simple. Someone had to take the reins. And Erica Kirk, his widow, stepped forward. But Candace Owens didn't hold back. She argued that Erica's sudden rise to CEO and chairman was a mistake. Overnight, a grieving widow became the face of the organization. She had to answer questions, manage the staff, and uphold Charlie's vision, all while mourning a husband. Candace said this was a trial by fire that no one should have faced so soon. But Erica didn't just step in. She actively shaped the organization, making decisions that slowly reframed Charlie's positions. His voice, once clear and uncompromising, now risked being altered by the person who controlled the narrative. Candace warned that legacy isn't just about leadership, it's about preserving truth. And if the very person closest to him began reshaping that truth, even unintentionally, the impact could be devastating. But the real drama was only starting. What happened next inside TPUSA would shock even the most loyal followers. Candace Owens didn't stop at observations. She went public. In episode 2 of her investigative series, Bride of Charlie, she leveled serious accusations. She claimed that Erica and her mother, Lori, were fame-hungry, social climbers, and opportunists. Long before Charlie's death, Lori allegedly encouraged Erica to chase attention, grab the spotlight, and stay in front of cameras. Candace painted a picture of a family more focused on influence and image than on protecting the founder's principles. And after Charlie passed, the pattern intensified. Interviews piled up. Erica positioned herself as the guardian of Charlie's legacy, yet everything she touched began to feel transactional. Candace argued that legacy isn't built in sound bites, it's built in values. And if Erica's actions were more about optics than truth, then the organization Charlie spent years building could be shifting in ways the public didn't yet understand. But the next section reveals the part that really ignited outrage: the monetization of Charlie's name. Just days after Charlie's death, an audio recording surfaced. Erica could be heard laughing and sounding excited about TPUSA's merchandise sales tied to Charlie's name. Thousands of orders had already come in. Candace Owens called it shocking, even cruel. To turn someone's legacy into a money-making machine immediately after their passing, she argued, was morally questionable. Online, reactions poured in. Screenshots of the audio and social media posts went viral. Critics accused TPUSA of betrayal. Fans were outraged. The debate wasn't just about merch, it was about respect, legacy, and authenticity. Candace framed it as a cautionary tale. When money becomes the focus, truth can be sacrificed. And while the controversy over merch raged, another, even deeper issue was quietly emerging. Old content began disappearing. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Slowly, systematically, episodes and clips vanished. Fans noticed missing content, sometimes old recordings they had saved themselves. Candace Owens pointed to Erica as the likely orchestrator. TPUSA claimed it was the streaming platform's decision, but the timing didn't add up. Platforms rarely remove content simultaneously unless someone requests it. That meant someone inside TPUSA was actively curating Charlie's digital footprint. Resurfaced clips were edited, removed, or reframed. Viewers began asking the obvious question: who decides what the public is allowed to hear? And more importantly, why? Legacy isn't just about memory, it's about control. If old content can be deleted and select moments highlighted, history itself can be rewritten. And the next revelation takes this manipulation even further. Candace Owens highlighted Erica's pro-Israel alignment, even though Charlie had shifted his stance on Israel before his death. Clips resurfacing out of context, combined with disappearing archives, painted a picture of deliberate narrative curation. To outsiders, TPUSA appeared to be preserving Charlie's legacy. To insiders, it seemed like a careful reconstruction of history. Every tweet, every clip, every interview was now a piece of a larger puzzle, and the public began to notice inconsistencies. What did Charlie really believe? Who was controlling the story now? Candace's investigation suggested that the organization could be shaping public perception, selectively amplifying some views and silencing others. And this manipulation isn't abstract. It affects millions of followers, students, and supporters. If the legacy can be curated, what else is being hidden? In the end, TPUSA's treatment of Charlie Kirk's legacy raises more questions than answers. Clips resurface, content disappears, leadership decisions remain controversial. Candace Owens has framed this as a struggle between memory and control, truth and influence, loyalty and ambition. The organization Charlie built could either honor him or redefine him for a new narrative. And while the debate rages online, viewers are left with a chilling thought. When someone who shaped a movement dies, who truly controls their legacy? What parts of history will survive, and what parts will quietly vanish? And perhaps most importantly, how much of what we see reflects reality, and how much reflects deliberate curation? For millions who followed Charlie Kirk, the question is no longer just political. It's personal, moral, and profoundly unsettling. The answers may never be fully known, but the story is far from over.